If I'm not gonna lie, you're into some really weird memes.
Your memes are not funny. I don't understand what's
No, they're not. I've yet to find one that's actually funny.
I'm really sorry, guys, that you guys suck in 2016.
I'm sorry that you think you're connected, that you're, like, interconnected.
You're stuck in no time frame. There's no year where any of your stuff is funny or even remotely relevant.
Well, it's only relevant for, like, 2 minutes and then it's dead.
Your stuff is just green-screened stock images overlaying something that's relevant. And you're like, oh, that's so funny. You're going to be Biden, and then it'll be like, oh, and then a truck horn, and then some guy going...
That's where I have to stop you there. I've never ever posted a Biden meme. Except that one where he falls.
Except that one time.
Yeah, except that one time.
Everyone's like, I've never sucked a guy's dick. Except that one time.
Except that one time. There was, my mouth did get a little close. I'm not going to say that my lips were around it, but my lips were around it.
It ain't gay if you don't swallow.
As Don once said, $30 is $30.
I mean, I did offer Efren in exchange for the tickets, the AEW tickets, to have sex with him, and he declined. Obviously.
I was told.
Well, you weren't going to sing about.
Can you stop rubbing the pizza bowl while you're on the podcast? That's why I asked if you were done eating with your half-eaten pizza. You're just sitting there like freaking scratching the bowl like your OG Johnny.
Oh no, he's not as bad as Elvis. You remember Elvis would play with his food?
Do you want me to mess with the pillow instead?
If you want, there's 2 of them.
Why do you fidget? I fidget too, but that's when I'm like in trouble or something.
I don't know. Bored? Even though we're in the middle of a podcast?
Alright, so Efren, since you got a mouthful of pizza now and a mouthful of my nutsack, do you want to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yes, of course.
Thanks for slapping the mic!
Oh, really?
Thanks for talking with your mouth open.
All I gotta say is one thing. Not guilty? Hell yeah. Another win for the white race. Yeah, baby.
You know what's funny is he's not even white.
He's Mexican.
He's Mexican, actually so Mexican he looks Arab.
Yes, or Indian.
You haven't seen his dad, have you? I saw him for the first time not too long ago. His dad is just a fatter yet buffer version of Efren that's better looking.
So you're saying he's basically Efren's final form?
Yes. Well, it's second form. So so Efren's like first form Frieza. Right. His dad's like second form Frieza.
Yeah, but once he gets to his final form and he goes 100%, he gets them boulder shoulders.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, his dad has muscular arms, just not in the midsection.
Yeah, that's him, but
yeah,
I don't know why you see comparisons. He's not even my biological dad.
Is he not? He looks just like...
Okay, guys, we are definitely disclosing family secrets on this episode of The Sweep.
Oh, no, he looks just like you.
But he still fucks
There's
his
no
mom.
way. No. I think your mom lied to you.
No, I don't have brown hair.
Como say liar?
Huh?
Mentirosa.
Mentiroso,
yeah. Mentirosa? Tu madres mentirosa.
Never mind.
Something like that.
Never mind.
Well, to be on a serious note, so we had a podcast editor. There might be a reason why you haven't seen a podcast in a while, beyond Knots. But I've been incredibly busy, so we haven't been able to record, but also I haven't been able to edit. So I did hire a editor to edit our Sweet podcast. His name was Larry, and he edited our last podcast, which was the Sweep Anime Matsuri 3-year anniversary. And I talked to his wife, and he had committed suicide, and it's very sad. And just to let everybody know, this podcast is dedicated to Larry, and just to know in his name that help is available. You can seek help with someone today by calling the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The hours are 24/7. They have English, Spanish available, and it's 1-800-273-8255. You can call and text them or go to their official website, suicidepreventionlifeline.org. I did his intro, not knowing that at the time that I've done his intro, that his life had already been taken.
Yeah.
So the irony of his intro is not lost.
No, I got you. Of course. Now, once we're done playing this intro, can we talk about furries shoving butt pumps up their ass now?
What? You talking about butt chugging? Because I do have a top 10 alcohols to butt chug.
No.
Do you really have a list?
No, it's a Jake and me reference.
No, they actually shove bike pumps up their ass.
Oh, bike pumps, like they pump their ass up?
Yeah.
Like Dig
That's
Dug?
really dangerous.
No, Dig Dug did it. Anyways, so listen to this intro for Larry, and you tell me what should not belong because I didn't know that he was dead.
Don't you get it, Larry?
Oh boy, I'm dying.
Larry sure is different than Gary. And Gary and Larry are real different than Jerry.
Find this guy in the drink over here in the next door pond fighting demon alligators.
So I did put a John Larry King impersonation of him saying I'm dying from the Crystal Head Skull.
Oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I really think you should overlay with In the Arms of an Angel. Or is it Arms or Hands of an Angel? That song?
Oh, yeah.
They play during, where the sad dogs that don't have homes.
Yes, I'm aware.
Anyways.
All right. Well, this is The Sweep.
Shout out to the whole Sweep podcast from Don Daddy Whitehill. Love you all.
It's a show about nothing and a podcast about anything.
I feel like we're going to talk about immigrants anyway.
Sit back and relax as we assault your mind through the wonderful world of YouTube.
I will say, by the way, Ricada actually did get a shout out on the Rogan podcast.
Yeah, from
which
Tim
is
Pool,
great.
right?
From Tim Pool, he did.
Nick Ricada definitely didn't get to talk on the Tim Pool podcast, so.
Did he not?
No, Tim Pool is what I call...
a faggot?
No, I kind of agree with him on that.
Let's say that beanie covers up a lot.
Oh, no, I know about the bald spot. Well, I mean, he looks like a 12-year-old that didn't get his ice cream.
He runs through his guests.
Right. Well,
he does not let them talk.
What's also funny is he tried to do that to Rogan, and then he started spewing shit that... So he talked about how, with the Rittenhouse case, he talked about a lot of things that weren't true.
Yeah.
Then he started spewing things that weren't true, and Joe totally called him out on it and goes, no, that's not right. And he tried to run over Joe, but he didn't do that.
There's a lot of misinformation about that case from both sides.
Oh yeah, both sides. Yeah, no one's innocent in this whole ordeal.
Well, no, I think Kyle's an American hero.
Kyle is an upstanding citizen, and he did what he had to. And you know what? That's all you can ask of a person.
To me, anybody that kills a pedophile is a hero in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although he didn't know that at the time what happened. He was just defending himself.
But I just think he was moved by the hand of God.
Mm-hmm. You see that person over there? He's a pedophile. Shoot him in the head.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
No, you know what really gets me is Kyle at a gentleman that's 18 years old is more upstanding and has more character than most of the people that were in this trial. Like, if you look at him, he basically did not try to profit off anything that happened, even though his name was out there. And then you look at that dickhole Gross Skirts or whatever the hell his name was. Literally was going on YouTube videos, being in marches, using this to kind of boost himself up.
Yeah.
And then right before
he sued the city for $10 million.
For what?
I don't know. But they were almost going to settle, and then they pushed it off to see what the Rittenhouse case would end up being. And then he got up on stage under oath and was like, yeah, it seemed like self-defense to me.
Okay, well, hold on. Before we start jumping all around the case, I think we should try to not really take it from the beginning, but kind of, ease into it a little bit, because there's so much shit in this case.
There's a lot.
So much.
So, let's do intros first with everybody. So I am Daddy White.
Daddy White.
If I was white, might still have a ghetto shit.
The only white privilege I see are those teeth.
Ain't no daddy issues, then I won't even bother. She said, pull her hair like a Victor Mignogna.
Don Daddy Whitehill.
Can I call you Daddy? Actually, that's weird.
And by the way, Daddy White actually has mommy issues.
Did you like the, if you don't have daddy issues, I don't even bother. She said, pull her hair like a Victor Mignogna. That was me singing, if you didn't know.
I know. I knew.
So yeah, I've been listening to some of those songs recently. Probably for the past few months, and I was like, man, I wish I could just mash them all together and get a good intro with just a bunch of different music cues. And I'm gonna make.
I can't wait for you to get copyright striked.
No, because they're all distorted.
Right, and you have to be with under 10 seconds.
It's not even that. It's 4 or 5.
Is it 4 or 5? Have they shortened it now?
Oh yeah. Well, YouTube is shorter than the actual law, so they can always cover themselves. But they're all distorted. They're. I mean, I've done plenty of copyrighted stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we just did SpongeBob, and I've done SpongeBob before. And
I'll be sure to let Viacom and Sony know.
Go ahead, please do. I think it falls under fair use. I think it's transformative.
Wait a minute. Does Sony own Viacom? No, they don't.
Well, I said that's two different companies.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
All right, I haven't done a new one for Anthony yet, but
That's fine.
it's El Pollo Loco. He'll get a new one soon.
You know what the homies call me in the streets, B? They call me...
El Pollo Loco.
I don't know what that shit mean, but that shit sound...
Did you show the bottom of your ass cheeks, though?
So Efren didn't get a new intro, but he did get stuff added to his intro.
Of course.
So it's F and Efren.
What if a retard was gay?
Fucking Efren.
Sponsored by Efren. Go to kiwifarms.com/Efren to start your free trial.
He's Null's #1 fan.
Okay.
So yeah, Noel actually said your name for you for the intro.
That was funny.
Joshua himself.
I can't wait for him to do like a stream dedicated to me and how much of a Asperger I am.
Yeah, I hope we rise to the popularity that our podcast can get their own Kiwi Farms page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As soon as we get like 7 posts, I can pretend like I killed myself.
And then put like your ash, get like one of those ash bases and say, have your name in it.
I want a tombstone that says, "Here lies Don's hopes and dreams."
Are we gonna have a fake funeral for you, and then you're gonna like later on rise up like the Undertaker?
Yeah, Unis Honest style.
But who's gonna be pallbearer though?
You're not fat enough yet.
No, not yet. I'm actually not even getting fatter, which is weird. But yeah,
I think. Well, I've said that. I think everybody has a glass ceiling. As long as you're not like retired or something or disabled.
Yeah.
I just feel like in everyday life, you burn so many calories that I think at a certain point you have to stop gaining weight.
Yeah, it's weird because when I was at my old job, my regular weight would have been 180 because I was so active over there. And as soon as I started my new job, because I'm more sedentary, now my basic walk around is like 200. So it's 20-pound difference.
So I have something that I've been meaning to do for a long time. So back in our New Year's episode, almost a year ago now.
Yes.
We did the poll because we do Seasons of the Sweep, which is 7 episodes, which is 7 days of the week. And the 2 lowest days were F-Dre Thursday and Slap Ass Friday. So which one of those days do we want to keep? The one we're going to keep is what this episode is going to be. So F-Dre Thursday is a special guest, quote unquote.
Uh-huh.
And Slap Ass Friday is Omegle questionnaire.
I definitely think we should keep the Omegle one. It's actually very hilarious.
It's all pretty great.
Also, I think with Dre, I think you need to close that book, like that little chapter of your life, and let's let go of that little bit that you're holding on to.
All right, cool. So we're going to place that with F Desiree Thursday.
Plus,
well, we're not talking about what you've done. We're talking about what you did.
Do you agree with keeping Slap Ass Friday and getting rid of F Dre Thursday?
I still don't know the difference.
Well, he doesn't understand the relevance of those days anyways, so yeah.
All right, so it will.
Sorry, I'm not that autistic.
It will be a Slap Ass.
Nah, you're Asperger's. You're not even on the spectrum anymore, asshole.
Slap Ass Friday.
That scared the
Finally
cat.
got enough people for a 7-mile spanking machine. Ha!
So this is the special intro where you said that scared the cat. We'll get to that later. We'll probably ask Omegle about Kyle Rittenhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I just got to say one thing about Nick Ricciardo. I take everything back. He's doing really good, and
he's always done good.
Well, ever since he burned bridges with Ethan Ralph, that's.
Oh, you think that's it? You know how many subscribers? He gained like 20,000 subscribers just from the Kyle Rittenhouse coverage.
No,
he was the #1 like stream every day except the very first
maxed
day.
at 120, right? Or 140.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
The first day he covered the stream, or the court, he lost just to PBS.
Mm-hmm.
But he beat Crime and Watch, ABC, everybody else streaming the Kyle Rittenhouse
courtroom
proceeding.
What's crazy is about Nick in general is, I mean, I really wouldn't say I would call Nick a clout chaser, but he actually has made most of his fans due to controversial, like, cases. So the first one was Vic's case, which isn't as mainstream.
Well, that's not the first one. The first one's a lawsuit with Greer suing Taylor Swift.
Okay, so then on the next one would Vic Mignogna, right?
I really want to make fun of Greer, but I really don't want him to sue me. So I'm
what's the?
keeping my mouth shut.
I want him to sue me. What's the Killstream lawsuit against Ethan Ralph and Mike Mediter? That's the second one. And then
Mr. Medicare? No, it's Ethan Ralph versus his mother to his child.
No. The second one he did was the somebody against somebody. Oh, no, Dick Masterson.
Masterson versus
Dick Masterson.
What's the other one?
Is it not Mike Mediter?
No, his name is. I can't remember his name.
Well, okay, so the second one's the Dick Masterson lawsuit, and then the third one's Vic. He had his first lawsuit. He gained his 1,000 subscribers, and then he got his second, got to 10,000, and then that's when Vic came in, where he started getting into the 20 and 30,000s.
Well, that's good. I mean, he is
Are you texting your girlfriend?
Are you trying to like out me?
Maybe. I know she's listening.
I ain't got no hoes. I ain't Don Hill.
Don Hill of Recreta.
Recreta?
Don Hill of Recreta Law, a small crustacean restaurant in South Dallas.
I'm sorry, it sounds like Don is trying to swallow his tongue when he's drunk.
Well, you know...
Oh, his name is Maddox. There you go.
Maddox. Yeah, because they did the album that was Cucksmith Maddox.
Yeah.
And it number one...
It platinum?
on iTunes.
And it's saved in a vault.
So much they had to take it down.
But it's saved in the Platinum's vault forever.
It's on Kiwi Farms, if I'm not mistaken.
No. I'm saying, like, it's literally in a vault where all the Platinum CDs are at.
Does that exist?
Yeah, that exists.
Well, it's not Platinum, though, because it never played on the radio. To get Platinum, you have to play it on the radio.
No. You have to get 1 million buzz. Then it becomes Platinum.
Well, actually, so in today's world, what does Platinum even mean anymore? Because we don't buy.
Because I know it was number one on iTunes, but I don't know if that
because
counts,
it sold like
though.
1 million.
So did you know it still counts?
It still counts.
And Cucksmith Maddox is there.
Yes, it is there.
I love life.
It's literally inside a cave where it has to be a certain amount of temperature so the discs don't rot.
Is that small bottle the same as the big bottle?
Oh, that's my cheap.
Oh, okay. Is the Japanese expensive?
Actually, that's about $30, which isn't bad compared. Because if you're getting straight Japanese whiskey, the cheapest one you can get, okay, is that Satori,
The Timeless, yeah.
which is like $40.
Right. But the one that me and Juan really likes is like 1 to 150.
Yeah, it's the Hockey, right?
Harmony.
Harmony, okay. Because the Hockey is about 100.
Yeah, it's one step below.
Right.
What's funny is the whiskey, I can tell the difference between the Japanese and the American. The vodka tastes the same.
Okay, we've talked about this before. Like, seriously, vodka, there's no reason to spend a lot of money on it.
Well, what's funny is, they use rice instead of, like...
Pretty much, acetone is fine.
I mean, really.
Actually, rubbing alcohol is fine because it literally smells exactly the same.
It's not.
Just get the rubbing alcohol and put it in bread.
Don't.
You ever jacked off with rubbing alcohol?
What the hell?
I mean, it's rubbing alcohol.
That's like all the guys. I never did this, and I've heard stories from almost every male that I know talking about jacking off in the shower with shampoo and then getting shampoo in their dick hole and then it burning for like 2 hours.
No, I've definitely been cleaning my dick with like scented soap and it burns, but I've never jacked off with soap.
I don't believe you.
I actually have never done it.
No.
I definitely know.
I'm also not a lotioner jack off.
You're both uncircumcised, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he is. I'm just talking about.
No, I know he is. I've seen it.
So you've seen? Oh, well, you've seen my dick too, so it doesn't matter. And I've seen his dick, but it was very funny situation twice.
Yeah. So again, the video.
No, I'm not talking about the video.
Okay, was not.
No, I'm talking about when we were at the trailer and you're sitting. We're both drunk and you're sitting in my computer chair, and I'm walking towards you, and you were like.
Look at this.
And then he pulls out his dick, and I look at it, and I went, I'm not impressed. And then his words were, hey, man, it's not hard. Hold on. He's trying to get his dick hard.
No, so...
You guys act like first graders.
There's a lot of stuff that happened at that trailer.
Oh, man. Actually, I was talking about the fun times we used to have at that trailer, like, today.
And the not fun times where he smashed hole in the walls after killing me.
Yeah,
attempted murder, Kyle Rittenhouse style.
I did. It was not self-defense.
It was definitely... No, actually, hold on. I was the aggressor, so you might have had a claim.
No, I think since you watched too much Nick Rekieta, you'd probably be like, no, and probably get away
I
with
wish
it.
you just talk louder. What?
Fuck you.
Bro, you talk like a mouse through a fucking toilet paper roll.
Sorry, I'm not buzzed up for this.
When Efren is drunk, oh my god, he's the loudest person I've ever met in my life.
I'm not that loud. I think you're being ridiculous.
So, have you heard, like, the Mexicans yell at the club?
Yes.
Like, where you can hear them, like, 5 or 6 tables away because they're all so drunk? He beats them any day of the week. He should just take 8 or 9 shots and then go and announce, like, sports games.
Have you ever taken, like, a bunch of shots consecutively and then, like, start seeing yourself get drunker as the seconds go on.
Yeah, that's scary.
It is scary.
Especially if you start sober.
Yes, I've done that. So one time I went to a party a long time ago and I got off work and I got there. My friends were like, hey, bro, you're not drunk. We're all drunk. You need to catch up. So they literally handed me a thing of smeared off vodka whipped. And they were like, you got to take 5 shots right now. So I was like, all right, knocking them back. And I was good. And then I remember talking to my ex-wife at the time. And just as I'm talking, getting drunker by the second.
So apparently,
Something like that.
Omegle got rid of the question section of the website, so now I have to manually do it, which is stupid or retarded, kind of like Efren. Anyways,
we're actually
we don't say the R slur around here.
yeah, that's what Slap Ass Friday is.
Oh, that's what that is. That's really gay.
Well,
Okay,
you should have voted for After Thursday.
I should have really.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
well, too bad. You should actually listen to the podcast you're part of.
right.
So Kyle Rittenhouse
Mhm.
lived not but what?
15 minutes out of Kenosha.
Yeah, I was gonna say 20 miles away. In a different state, came over, did not cross state lines with an assault rifle. Came and got the rifle in a locked vault from his best friend that he considered a brother's stepdad house.
Yeah.
Similar to Anthony coming over to Kitty's house and getting his
Right. My issue with that, too, is if you listen to, like, the Young Turks and shit like that, and a Kasparian, you know what. But,
Bro, they set it up so many times. And
he crossed state lines. He crossed state lines. He crossed state lines.
Oh, he said the N-word. That's a no-no right there.
Right. And the thing that I hate about it is, like he said, you know, he lived 15 minutes outside of Kenosha, across a different state line. That's basically like living in Brownsville and you work in Juarez or something, or in Mexico.
Oh.
It's right there. But they try to say he had no business being over there, which he worked over there. He's actually from there. His grandparents lived there and everything else. So he had no business being over there. Like, crossing state lines is not like going into a different country. You're literally just going across a line. But that has no relevance to the case. They just try to make it up because they knew they were wrong in the whole thing. Jeffrin definitely provided us with a video with across state lines.
Oh, which one?
The one where they were like yelling and it shows the street signs, state lines.
Oh, yeah, where it was like these people just like where their mouth opens, like he crossed state lines or something like that. Or was it a different one? I'm not too sure.
Like, I didn't follow the case very like closely, and I've kind of watched here and there as the case has been going on, and then learned more things after the case was over.
You pretty much became more relevant when I posted my memes.
Yeah, that's what he thinks. But one thing I can tell you straight up, without even paying attention close to the case, the prosecution were straight idiots. Able to win if they were actually good at their fucking job, but they were not.
I don't think they would be able to win.
Well, no, it was a hard case to go against, but they were fucking stupid.
Yeah, to me, it was more like a smear campaign.
They had to dismiss, or the judge had to. Number one, the judge was based, red-pilled, awesome. He had to dismiss the jury 6 or 7 times because the prosecution said something they weren't supposed to, like talking about his Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
That was dirty. So at first when I saw
twice,
the
jury came back, sat back down, and he said, "Okay." So he remained silent until this court date, and the judge was like, "Are you serious? Dismiss the jury again." I was like, "They just came back."
I'm surprised in this whole thing that the judge didn't actually hold that guy in contempt how many times. No, what pisses me off is that a lot of people are saying, well, the judge was in, Rittenhouse was in the judge's pocket, this and that, he was being biased. I was like, he wasn't being biased, he was following the fucking law.
Of course.
And no, here's another thing is I hate about the whole case, is people say things like, oh, he had a rifle, he had a whatever, that wasn't registered. Guys, y'all gotta remember, gun laws go by states. Just because the laws we have here may not cause him, or may not be able for him to carry that weapon, doesn't mean over there they can't. Which, according to the law, he was perfectly in his right.
Exactly. That's why he said in his home state he wasn't allowed to have the gun.
Now, the one thing I will say is I do agree, and I was speaking to my girlfriend about this, and she made a really good argument, and I do actually agree with her. To begin with, he maybe shouldn't have been there. Maybe he really shouldn't have been.
So shouldn't everybody else, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like I told her, I said, yes, in all actuality, he really had no business being there. In all actuality. But I said, he was there, and what happened to him, he was right in what he did.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what happened to him is what happened to him.
This man missed, 2 shots? Basically hit all of his targets.
What a hell of a shot, by the way.
For real. All the gunfire happened within like 7 seconds. He was attacked multiple times and tried to flee multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else you want this kid to do.
Right.
Besides just die.
No.
Which is what the left wants to happen.
Yeah. No, the crazy thing is, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but did you watch his interview with Tucker Carlson?
Tucker Carlson's in kind of a hot water. Apparently, 3 or 2 Fox members quit because of his DC riot coverage. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He had like a whole special about it, how they might have been right. Which, to be fair, I mean, the problem that I have with the DC riots, not to get off track, but we were told for
it's
months...
comparable to 9/11, Don?
It's
not at all.
We were told for months that the Black Lives Matter movement, it was perfectly okay that they burned down buildings and attack people and everything.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, injustice goes too far and you have to prove your point.
Exactly.
So, when 30% of the population thinks the election was stolen, is that not going too far? Mm-hmm. Have we not had enough? But yet, they're the terrorists, and the Black Lives Matters protesters are heroes.
There's a lot of double standards with everything, and it's very hard to say who's sometimes right and who's sometimes wrong.
The one thing I don't like about the protests is I lost a lot of good memes out of that. I had a lot of good ones, and I lost a lot of bad
This guy
There was
cares
like
about
6 or 7 great Twitter creators that posted like nice collages and video edits, and their channels are gone.
Do y'all know about the other 2 cases that were ruled on the same day as Kyle Rittenhouse?
No, because the media literally flooded you with Rittenhouse.
So, do you know Breonna Taylor?
Well, actually, I know that the boyfriend was let off all charges.
The same day.
The same day.
Do you know about, I think his name is Dwayne Audrey?
It was jogging, right?
Yes.
Yes.
His killers were found guilty.
Here's the thing, though, and actually, so I said that today, and I was like, look at the Breonna Taylor, and then the, I forgot what his name is, but,
I don't know their names.
Forgive me, I just haven't been following the case that closely.
But Audrey.
But here's the thing, though, when they talk about the Rittenhouse thing, they keep talking about how it's racist, how he got off.
He's a white supremacist.
He's a white supremacist. But if you look at those 2 cases, the black man that shot the cops in his own house, by the way, which was perfectly just, in my opinion, he got off no charges. The right thing. The guys that killed this gentleman were white. They killed a black man. If you are right about how racial, like white supremacy and stuff, they should have got off. No, all 3 of them, even the guy that was filming, got fucking life sentences.
Yeah, the guy filming,
I don't know about that one, but
yeah, that
was kind of.
He didn't get life sentence.
He got found out guilty on like 2 charges or something like that.
Yeah, he got like some kind of years, but
still, he's going to jail for murder.
That one's accessory of murder, and they only said because he parked his truck behind him, so he had no way to escape. The road's big enough. You had a way to escape. This man was filming. That one I'm kind of iffy about. Just like the George Floyd case. If you're going to do the main officer that was the senior officer that had on his leg, I don't even know his name at this point.
Sorry, I don't either.
Your hero? What's his name?
My hero?
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
But him... Okay, cool. You can find him guilty all you want. The other officers that held him down, you cannot give them accessory to murder. They were rookie cops obeying orders, and they were not on his neck. Well, the same thing with the recording thing. I don't agree with.
Well, I think they look at it like this, in like that case in particular. Like they talk about, like the guy was on his neck, which is the murderer.
Yeah.
Like no one disagrees. He was murdered by that gentleman.
But I don't agree with the charge. But I don't think it was first degree or second degree. I think it was manslaughter.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like you said, like the guys that were kind of standing there, like I think it was the Asian gentleman, was like his like first week or some shit like that.
He was the only one that was like a 15-year veteran, and he was already a douchebag because how do you get away with not paying the IRS that long? I've never understood that.
Well, no,
he's like what 7 years that he hadn't paid the IRS.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, that's a separate. So that's a federal case going on right now. So he's having to be in the court while he's in prison for the other case. Oh, God. And then he's getting federally charged for hate crime, which he should not be convicted of because I do not see any evidence where he sat on his neck just because he was black. There's literally no evidence.
It's kind of the argument to think about it. Like, let's say if he sat on the neck of a white person and did the same thing, would he get the same coverage? Probably.
Exactly not. He probably wouldn't even been arrested. But what doesn't make sense is they're just doing that.
The difference is probably the white guy can handle all the fentanyl in the system.
I don't care about the fentanyl. I do not think first or second degree murder was an appropriate charge.
He would have been alive if he praised the law.
No.
If he was Muslim?
No.
He would have had a nice beard, a nice breathing system.
No. I think manslaughter was the appropriate charge, but the rest of the officers, I don't agree. So, do you praise Allah? You look kind of like you're a Terramaki chicken.
No, I feel like black people should change their religion to Muslim because that's obviously a better choice than what they have now.
Aren't you a Mormon elder now?
Muslim elder? Oh, we can't talk about that.
Why not?
Huh?
What?
Oh, everything else is not off that.
So Efren being a Mormon elder is not off the table.
Bro, do you have like a gemstone you wear around the
I'm
neck?
going to tell your church. I'll be like, hey, go to www.thesleep.xyz. Check this poser over here.
Bro.
Maybe Lando was right about you.
Man, do you have like a staff with like an infinity stone on?
Living a double life?
No, because eventually I'm going to have to tell them.
Yeah.
Not about the
Have
podcast.
you told them about your memes?
Huh? The memes? I think I told...
Don't say their
No,
name.
not really. No,
Okay.
I haven't.
Please never show anyone your memes. Except us, because we understand.
I think you're about to say one of your elders' names. Please
No.
don't.
I'm just thinking. I don't think I was that close because it's not like they don't need to see that. Not because it's not funny.
It is not funny.
I'm sorry, I went to the bathroom. What were we talking about at the beginning?
I was saying how blacks should just convert to Muslim because that's probably the best option.
We were talking about how I thought the officers in the George Floyd case, the secondary officers, shouldn't have been convicted. The same thing with the guy recording in the audio.
Right.
Now, Breonna Taylor, her boyfriend, which I don't know his name because it's just called the Breonna Taylor case. The officers weren't in uniform. They were wearing polos and khakis with badges on.
Which makes no sense, by the way.
Some particular officers don't wear that if they're not street patrolmen.
Right, but aren't you supposed to at least wear the vest that says police on it, right?
Not always.
So you're going to go into a house parading where you think they're...
Well, exactly, because they're doing a knockless warrant, which I think is unconstitutional.
No, I definitely think it's unconstitutional.
And I don't care how guilty they are, because they thought it was a drug house. I don't care. You need to get a warrant. You need to knock. Meet the drug dealers at the door. I really don't care. Knockless warrants are a byproduct of the Patriot Act, and they're ridiculous.
Well, here's another thing, too, is... there's another case where I think it was in New York. They entered a lady's house on a warrant thinking it was someone else's house based off a tip. They got the wrong place because they didn't look at the actual paper to get the right number on the door.
Right.
And they broke into this lady's apartment, held her while she was naked. She's a social worker, by the way. And, basically questioned her or berated her or whatever. And then you see in the body cam video, they go outside and he goes, hey, this is actually the wrong apartment.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so sympathetic to Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, because if somebody started kicking down my door, I would start shooting through the door too.
Plus, also, you can't be like, well, we announced it was police.
I don't think
let me have
they did.
you go to sleep. But even if, let me have you go to sleep. I'm going to kick open your door and say, police, don't tell me you're going to jump up and hear what the fuck I heard, what the fuck I said. You're at least 45 seconds to what you understand what's going on.
Oh, I 100% believe him. I don't think they ever announced they were police. I think they started knocking down the door because they had the quote-unquote knockless warrant, so they were able to forcefully go in by law, which is ridiculous.
Stupid.
They started kicking down the door. He jumped up. I don't think they ever announced police anytime. They kicked down the door, and then he started shooting through the door.
Right.
100%.
Well, actually, what's actually even crazier, I'm glad he did, but by taking his course of action, I'm actually surprised he even survived that.
Yeah, me too.
Which is really weird.
Well, it's because he's through a wall.
Right. Not saying...
And those officers didn't come armed. They weren't SWAT. They had handguns.
No.
From the outside of the house shooting in, I think you have a better chance of shooting somebody in a house shooting out. So he had a much better advantage point, to me personally. If I had to choose to shoot into a house or shoot out of a house, I'd rather shoot out of a house.
Well, actually, you know what? That's almost like I watched a video.
Your confession right there.
Yeah, I shoot police officers.
No, what's actually funny is there's actually a video of when the riots were going on, and the police were in like those like little tank things they have, shooting at random fucking people.
Oh,
and they got
Bearcats.
so mad that this guy didn't know what the fuck was going on. He literally shot back and almost hit an officer, and then they go and like fucking beat the shit out of him. Yeah. Well, it's like, how are you going to say that he shot an officer? This gentleman doesn't know what the fuck's going on. There's chaos in the streets. He could just think you're someone random just shooting at him. Yeah, that's why he shot back. But stupid shit like that is what people ruin their lives over, which is dumb to me.
This is
honestly,
why I will never understand people that support the police.
Well, I support the police.
No, yeah, the way I treat them is like they're robots.
I even think the police should be militarized. I mean, I really do, because of situations that happen in cities that we've already seen.
Yeah, of course.
I only think the police should actually have like military authorization like that, like tanks and stuff. If someone actually invades our actual country limits, like say we get invaded.
They're not the National Guard, though.
They're not.
And also, you know what's funny is this was an argument that was never brought up during the Kyle Rittenhouse case. So, under federal law, the Militia Act. What's the militia? Any able-bodied person between the ages of 18 and like 45 that believe that an insurrection or foreign body has invaded the country. I mean, BLM protests look like insurrection when you're burning down town hall and police stations and stuff.
But Don, they're not white. We can't.
It doesn't matter.
No, but you know what though?
Kyle Rittenhouse could have been considered a militia officer. I mean, it's a very strong case.
But there were too many black people.
The problem is if it was a judge, that's a very strong argument to argue.
American.
But when you have a jury of normal people, they don't see law the same way.
Yeah.
So you can't argue about the militia statute. But that is an argument to have. Is Kyle Rittenhouse was defending property originally before he got attacked. I mean, is he not a militia officer?
And also he was
sanctioned by the U.S. military.
So apparently he was there to also give aid to people, which he said, I gave aid to many people there.
Yeah, he has multiple certifications from being a lifeguard.
Right.
Though he's not paramedic or EMT, he does have certifications.
Right. There's actually a guy I watch on YouTube. I don't know his name. I've been watching him like crazy. He just films himself talking into a mic.
No, but anytime I think of breaking and entering, I always remember this one time the SWAT came up because this old lady had like 1 gram of weed planted in her home, and it was nothing bad happened. But I'm like, man, wouldn't it be awesome in an alternate universe if I would just like burst it out with arms blazing like Rambo and just started shooting at the police officers? That'd be fucking awesome.
It's funny because even like I'm kind of 50-50 on the whole like. I don't think you should defund the police, but I do definitely believe that police officers do things wrong. Because they're just people. And
I don't think they're people. I think they just sold their soul.
Well, they're people.
They're machines.
Think about it like this. Efren, I'm going to come to you. Mm-hmm. You're 17 years old, right?
Yeah.
You're 17, deliciously underage.
Mm-hmm.
1 year before you're not.
Typo.
But anyways, I'm going to come up to you and I'll be like, at 17, were you confused, Efren? Did you not know how you're going to make a lot of money?
Oh, this is the analogy.
Yes is the analogy.
Okay, let's say no.
Yeah, let's say at 17, and say I come up to you and I was like, hey, what's your name, son? Efren, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to next year be able to make $50,000 a year? That sounds like a lot of money, right?
Of course, sir.
Of course. What do you have to do? Well, apply to be a police officer, and you'll make $50,000 a year starting out. Does that sound good?
I can run red lights all I want.
Exactly. Light up sirens? Apparently I'm above the law, because I am the law. You can see how that's impressionable to anyone.
Yeah, of course.
And then
I just feel like it's psychopaths that just want to work as a police officer.
Well, it's a lot of it is giving power to some people that just never had power. Or the school bully that doesn't know what he's going to do with his life. That's the thing.
Yeah, I remember.
Taking that shot, Doc.
I remember I ran into one of.
We'll take the shot. No, we can't take a shot. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the manager in Gainesville. I met up with one of his friends, and he was like first year out of the academy, and you can just look in the eyes like he's still, a regular human being. But I'm like, man, if he's there for like 5 years, I bet you he's gonna change. I can just see it he still has that. I'm not gonna say innocence, but just like
he's jaded. That's what it is.
No, not even jaded. I'd say he still thinks he's a part of the community and he can interact with regular people. Well, but eventually that's gonna pretty much fall on.
I would say I think 90% of people that are cops or become cops think that they're doing something good, and they do it for the right reasons. But then over time, things do change.
Yeah.
And the problem with today's police and even yesterday's police and the police before that, you have the brotherhood, which means, if you're not with us, you're against us. Mm. And generally, you have seen that cops that speak out against other cops are alienated.
Yeah.
And something that I've never understood is why internal affairs and you do like those investigations, why are they done in the same precinct? You should have a third-party company come in that looks at it objectively instead of having the guys that know them.
I feel like the third company would eventually bought out.
Well, eventually they would get integrated to everything else. You're right, but then you would have to kind of make something else. But the thing is, it has to be non-objective. It has to be non-biased. So there needs to be someone kind of not really saying off the streets, but someone that has no affiliation with this precinct come in and look at everything objectively.
So I absolutely hate Biden, but something he said during one of the debates, I 100% agree with. He said most cops hate bad cops. If you're gonna try a cop, you need to go outside the precinct, get another prosecutor to handle the crime. Like in Texas, if a Dallas officer does something, get a prosecutor from Fort Worth to try him.
Right.
It just makes logical sense.
Well, here's the thing, too.
Give them special... so in Fort Worth, they'll be like, well, they don't have jurisdiction. So there should be, I think, a federal law. Like, I don't know if it should be far as a constitutional mandate, but a federal law to where all states have to abide that if an officer has an issue, a separate jurisdiction can have special jurisdiction by the state
to look into the issue.
Look into that issue.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree with that. But actually, it's
It'd be
almost
funny if an officer is like, "Joke's on you. I have connections everywhere."
Okay, I was just about to say something about that.
I mean,
okay, let's say this.
Like state troopers.
Let's say Don is a 25-year vet, and he gets in trouble for something. And actually, I just thought about that. If he has connections, this now has to be somewhere across the fucking country, because in Texas,
I don't think
he probably is going to know someone.
There's no way. If I was in trouble, I would not want to be prosecuted by a Kentucky district attorney. It has to be within the state. It can be another precinct, and I know that's not perfect. Another city, another county, but no, you can't do multi-state because the laws are so different.
The laws are different. Yeah, you're right.
Because between county and county and city, they change a little bit. But basically, if you're in the same state, you're going to have the general understanding. That's why in the Vic Mignogna case, Ty, which is in Tyler, Texas, is able to prosecute it.
So would you say, let's say objectively, if you're a 25-year vet, and you do something wrong, would you rather have someone from in the state as like a 2-year, 3-year?
Oh, to have like a more rookie person?
Right, I'm so old? Doesn't know you at all, but has a fresh general understanding of the law.
That's
because
smart.
He came out of the police department.
Right.
So would you rather have that?
That's smart. Yeah. I never thought about tenure. Yeah, if you have a 30, like you said, a 25 vet, and you have a 2-year-old prosecutor. Yeah.
Well, remember at our old job, we realized this: the more fresher guys really understood more what was going on, versus the veterans were kind of more set in their fucking ways.
Yeah. This is why, if I would be an officer, I'd rather just be in a police station where it's like population of 120.
Right.
If I was an officer, I wish my co-host could talk. What? So I have 2 shot glasses here. One for me and one for Anthony.
I wish everyone.
And you have it on top of your PC?
I do. My brand new PC.
I wish everyone would take a shot. Well, this buddy won't.
He can't because he's got that Mormon.
He got that Mormon blood in him. Boy, got that horse blood.
You got that horse blood? Did you get hepatitis C? Was it from the blood transfusion or the horse sex?
When you got baptized, did you come out and go?
Wait,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So for Anthony, I got some titties from South Padre Island.
Oh, that's nice.
That Russian Ruski got for me.
She don't have titties that big though.
She doesn't. They're actually really small. Not that I saw them.
Not that we're gonna say you saw them.
Did I spill them? Oh yeah, I did.
Das Booty.
And then I have the Australian Zoo Steve Irwin shot glass for me with a crocodile on it.
Didn't we get you a shot glass with a crocodile on it? We got you a shot glass with something on it. We got you the one with the crawfish. The crawfish. Yeah. There we go.
Because Steve Irwin Day was actually November 15th.
There you go, buddy.
Is that stingray still alive? Probably dead already.
I'm pretty sure
if I ever find that stingray, I'm going to kill it. So occasionally I go to the zoo, and then I try to kill the stingrays. Anthony does too by holding their fins. Mm-hmm. And because I just want them to know that Steve Irwin still got shooters out here.
They be missing though.
No,
Apparently.
we don't be missing. You know how many stingrays I've killed? One.
Mm-hmm. One. That's enough.
Have you killed one?
No. All right. So in Japanese, it's kanpai.
Oh, before you take a shot, let me put some pills in there.
What kind of pills?
Are you getting his booty tonight, though?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that what's happening? Is that what's happening?
Bro, I'm like Jessica from Quick Trip. I got that fat ass.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
You ever watch Awkward Teen Hunger Force?
Yeah, there used to be this one girl that I remember. Back when I was working at what's it called?
Timmy Tom's.
Timmy Tom's. I went to a gas station, and obviously I spent like 10 minutes in there because, you know, I was in the middle of delivery. So I was in the racetrack, and man, this girl had the fattest ass.
No, from what he said, from what he described, so the biggest ass I've ever seen, and maybe you can agree, is your girlfriend Sandy. But no, the girl from Hot Topic, waist to ass ratio, I think that's the biggest I've ever seen.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't say my sister, because I knew you were about to say that.
No, because, she has a fat ass, but her waist is also bigger. Because the girl from Hot Topic has, like, what, a 2 waist, and her ass is, like, as fat as, like, a girl that has, like...
Are you talking about Mesquite Hot Topic, or which Hot Topic?
Yeah, the pink-haired one. The one that we're pretty sure her butt's fake. And I'm pulling from a long time ago. I was hoping you remembered.
Kind of do, but I don't remember the skinny chick.
I did say fat ass.
No. Actually, no, you're not talking about Mesquite. You're actually talking about Firewheel.
Is it Firewheel?
Yes, the one with all the tattoos?
Yes.
Yes, it's Firewheel.
Yeah, like her ass on each side of her waist is like 4 inches on each side. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and she definitely has like 3 kids too.
Bro, that has to be fake though. There's no way somebody that small has that big of an ass.
But at the end,
that's an ass of like a fat girl.
But at the end of the day, do you care? No,
kinda.
Not really.
Fake butts. When you squeeze them, you can feel the implants inside.
Have you?
Yes.
I've
been with trans girls, so I've been with fake ass.
Disclaimer: they were women.
I'm sorry. I've been with women that may have not been born as women.
He's been with transvestites, grown men in disguise.
Actually, transvestites is the wrong term.
Shut up.
So, you want to know the difference? Never mind.
They're autistic?
I don't even know, actually. I was going to say I don't even know. I think transvestite means that they only have sex with men, but transsexuals is just that they're men to female.
Are they also the same as hermaphrodites?
I'm also going to let you know, we definitely have not taken this shot, so this conversation is definitely happening before we're definitely too drunk.
Yeah, you changed the subject. We were talking about fucking Jennifer.
What?
We were talking about Jennifer, and you just changed the fucking
from
subject.
Quick Trip?
You know what the funny part is? I texted
She's just got a fat ass.
I texted him earlier, and he was like, I'm getting effed up tonight, and I was like, I hope you stay on topic, and we definitely haven't.
Well, have you not listened to this week? Alright, come by.
You guys should take the shot clock challenge.
That's some good whiskey, man.
It's not bad. It has a really,
Is that Maker's Mark?
No, you read that name right there? That's D. Wars?
It has a really bad burn, just like my Johnny Walker Black. It has that, like I'm eating a fire pit.
Like you definitely ate some charcoal.
Yeah. Alright, well, Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yes.
I don't know what else to say. I mean...
Okay, how about we go here? The prosecution was terrible.
Awful.
He's going to make millions off of
They definitely tried. Oh, no. Actually, there's something I need to talk to you about. So,
Sandman. The guy that, with the Indian guy? Is that the guy? Yeah, he got, 1.5 million from suing different
I think he
places?
got 25 million.
25 million?
Yeah.
25? Wow. Yeah. Okay. So going back to the Rittenhouse case. So something I found out after the whole thing went on. So the prosecution tried the dirty tricks to go on his Fifth Amendment.
And that was later on. They did other things.
Right.
Too.
So here was another one. And this is one that I found out that I was just like, this is so fucked up. So there was drone footage of what was going on.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it was in HD. So it actually clearly showed what was going on. But due to
was that one the one provided by Fox, or was that someone else?
The FBI.
The FBI. Okay. So the FBI. So the prosecution. So it has to be shown on a big screen TV, like at least like 55 to 60 inches.
Yes.
So the prosecution literally, deliberately lowered the resolution, overlaid it, so it was hard to see. So they're like, you can see here that Kyle was pointing his gun, which they were just like, well, I mean, I guess, but so then it was showed overlaid. So so you really couldn't see what was going on. Even actually, Ricada was the one that broke this to show the original footage versus the overlaid footage, because they were like under oath. If they were like, this footage right here, when was it filmed? You can't say it was filmed on that day. You have to be like, it was filmed on this day, out of the lab that overlaid it and lowered the resolution because that's what happened. So you couldn't see what happened.
The prosecution emailed the defense the video. And when you have a video that large, you're not talking about gigabytes because it's in 4K.
Yeah.
It got compressed. And then they used the emailed version of the video during trial, which was compressed to like 1080p.
I'm sure they didn't know. I'm sure these people...
That's what they said. That's what they said. And then not only that, they zoomed in, which is pinch and zoom on an iPad. What does that do?
Lower the resolution even more.
It just makes the pixel bigger.
No,
you know what I mean. You know what
You're talking about Android.
Oh.
What does Apple do when you pinch and zoom?
Oh,
you have the OnePlus. You have the OnePlus Jap or Chinese communist stuff.
I also have the OnePlus 8. Calm down.
Well, yeah, you have the Chinese communist stuff. So when you zoom in, it makes the pixels bigger, like Efren said. But on an Apple, an American product, what does it do?
Made in China.
That's not even close to an American product.
It is. Where's Apple's headquarters located?
It's located here, but who builds the shit?
So
the 8-year-olds in a sweatshop?
Where's OnePlus headquarters located?
California.
Shanghai, California.
Shanghai, California. You might as well call it that shit. Shanghai, California.
So on an Apple, when you pinch and zoom, it actually has an algorithm that replaces pixels. So you can't show that because if you're replacing pixels, and they did a side-by-side comparison, it actually looks like Kyle's gun is bigger because it makes more black blocks. Because compared to his white shirt.
Your Honor, that wasn't an AR-15. That was an...
they literally, like, the judge had to throw it out because he was like, no. So the judge settled and said that they would show the jury the video with no context. And that's what they did.
Right. So let's say that. Okay, and they did that. And by the way, also the prosecution that showed the gun... Why did that motherfucker have his hand on the trigger? Gun 101, do not put your hand on the fucking trigger.
You see all the,
I couldn't wait for the prosecution to be like, we're going to take the law into our own hands.
Well, he was trying to do the Alec Baldwin. He was going to get rid of the jury. So, what's funny is all the
Did
pictures
you see that?
Kyle,
I did that in Snapchat when the prosecution was holding the gun on the ad. It was just like, make sure to screen share, guys. This is pretty bad.
Actually, you know what? I say,
all the pictures that Kyle showed him with his finger not on the trigger.
Right. Also, I say Efren's memes weren't funny, but honestly, Efren did show me one meme where it shows like him and then the other one like doing this. That was actually pretty fucking funny. That was actually funny. And the one where it shows him like playing Xbox, that was actually pretty funny too. But anyways, the prosecution definitely tried every trick they could to undermine a definite, self-defense case.
Yeah, I should have never gone to court.
They definitely shouldn't have.
Yeah, with the evidence, it was so overwhelming, it should have really been no-bailed by the grand jury. The only reason they didn't is because 2 people were dead. But they deserve to be dead.
But you know what? I almost feel like the prosecution definitely tried to ride the damn media storm. Yeah. They definitely tried to ride that.
He was definitely, if he would have won, he definitely would have ran for judge or some kind of county commissioner or something. He would have used this political motivation to gain ranks.
Right. And then after the whole thing, here's the even more condemning thing. So Gage, whatever the fuck his name is, Grosskurt,
yeah.
Yeah. So a couple days before, I think it was a day or two before he actually testified, he was like, well, I just want people to know that Kyle Rittenhouse was an active shooter, and he definitely meant to kill those people. And he definitely I did not put my gun at him, and he shot me. So then he takes a stand under oath, which, by the way, and this shit really disturbs me. How are you going to say someone that has a very extensive criminal history, felony charges, his record is expunged 6 days before he testifies? Because the prosecution knows if he would have took the stand with his record, he would have definitely been discredited beforehand.
Which is firing of a firearm while intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
DUI 3 times.
3 times. Which, you know what? The DUIs were the second 2, not the first one. The second 2 were violation of probation from his felony gun charges.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an Omegle thing since it is Slap Ass Friday. So I connected with somebody and I said, what's your thoughts on Kyle Rittenhouse? And he said he's cool. And the stranger then asked me if I was obese.
You should have said yeah.
I said no, I'm 5'11", 220. He was like, oh, I'm obese though. And he's like, yeah, get fat or die trying. I was like, I guess. And he's like, thanks, Mom.
You sound like a female.
For real.
With your responses.
No, that's what he said, thanks, Mom. And I was
no,
like...
I'm talking about you.
Yeah, he said, thanks, Mom. Said, I guess.
Okay.
And he said, thanks, Mom. And I said, it's Daddy, actually.
Mm.
And he said, oh, I thought you were Kim Jong-un's sister. So I just linked to the podcast and left. So...
I don't know why you just don't get on my Discord and,
No, because your Discord is a bunch of, how do you say, como se dice?
Apes?
Como se dice? Faggots.
Mm-hmm.
Jotos.
No, I think...
El Fuegos.
Okay, El Fuego Jotos? Well, actually, what's funny is because it says, Fuego is like hot, flames.
Yeah.
Caliente is hot. You'd more say Caliente Jotos.
No, because it's
Flaming Jotos.
I mean, I guess. Alright, we're going to do a call out.
Bring that ass here, boy. Wow, that ass is amazing. Bruh!
Sponsored by Efren. Go to kiwifarms.com/Efren to start your free trial.
We clapped her cheeks just right.
Hold on.
You can have more to say.
No, actually, no. Here's the thing. So, actually, something that was brought to my attention by a YouTube video, which was absolutely true. So, the narrative that they painted Kyle Rittenhouse in is that he crossed state lines with a weapon that was illegally registered to cause chaos in a riot. It's funny because they say that, which Kyle did none of that. And actually, Gage did all of that.
Yeah.
Because he crossed state lines
3 times more miles.
He was a felon, so he could not legally own a handgun, and he actually came there to participate in the riots. So actually, what's funny, because their star witness that they thought was going to be a slam dunk for them, which is actually a hard foul, was literally what they painted Kyle to be. And it's funny. And this guy, like I said, rode the fame, did many videos, everything like this, and then when he took the stand, they were like, well, you have to say the truth. And actually, on that video where he talked about he was an active shooter, he said, I did not point the gun at him. And then on the stand, what did he say? I pointed my gun at him.
All in 1 minute. Less than 1 minute. I do want to mention...
No, actually,
We're going to save this for after the call.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just asking a question.
You're
the co-host. You have more privilege on this podcast than...
Well, no, I thought that should be said. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just...
Did you see the photo of his wound?
No, actually, what's
I hope
funny...
his arm falls off.
No, what's funny is I thought his arm, he lost his arm, and I was, really interested in seeing, if he actually still had, full function, and then it showed him, straight, Mick Jagger, that shit, with the fucking mic, with the fucking injured arm, and I was like, he's fine. That motherfucker's fine.
Yeah, I remember someone posted that picture, and then they just photoshopped the dog, in the wound. I still haven't found it.
It's funny because, why are you rubbing him? This is weird.
What do you mean?
Anyway,
I don't like this.
Continue with your shout out.
It's a love that I love for him.
Well, no, what's weird is it showed him. It looked really bad, but I guess it was more of a deep flesh wound. So I'm guessing they were able to repair everything.
Yeah, I'm really upset he didn't lose his arm. But let me give this shout out one time. So it's going to be Tweeterman287.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He has 66.4 thousand subscribers.
Boy, why can't you have 69.4?
So, you've seen one of his videos. I know I've shown you back at the apartment that we had so much fun at. He reviewed the peanut butter and jelly in a can episode.
Was that the MREs?
No. The MREs was a different guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't remember this guy particular, but yeah, he had that one episode that I showed you back in 2018. But yeah, so that's my shout out for this episode.
Oh, can I give a shout out?
No.
Sure.
Shout out to Navi finally winning major. I knew you were gonna win simple.
What is that? And you're too quiet and far away.
Oh, sorry. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The team that everyone wanted to win won, and they have never won a major championship, but it's really cool.
That's okay.
Yeah, I just don't ruin their lives, please.
Don doesn't ruin people's lives; they ruin their own lives.
So there's a anime con coming up, Anime Fest in December.
Yes,
and I can't wait to print out some of the blocks that I have, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I want you to sign something. Please don't be upset.
Mm-hmm.
But
you can't be like that. No,
I'm gonna give them warning. I'm like, please don't be upset.
No,
I really want you to sign something.
You'd be like, I need you to sign this embarrassing tweet of you.
You know, Don has always been controversial, so the last Anime Dallas I went with him, I almost had to fight a motherfucker. And I definitely came in there ready to fucking fight somebody.
Were their pits smelly?
I don't know about that. But definitely, bro, it was funny because Don...
What's funny is the biggest thing that we got into was when you were at the hotel drinking your hot toddy.
Yeah. And then it was actually funny because he was like, shit's going down. I did something. So we bust in there. My girlfriend's pregnant at the time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after we shut off this podcast, I'll explain to Efren what I was doing at that time.
I was going to bring something up, but then I lost it. Thank you. I know you guys mention all the time, but... Yeah,
all right, how about we outro this? I'm going to explain to Efren what's going on.
Okay, so I'm talking to this faggot on Omegle, and they don't understand that I'm actually recording, so Efren, read.
Hey. Hey. And you say, Kyle Rittenhouse thoughts for YouTube, www.thesweet.xyz. And he says, I think it was popcorn entertainment for a lot of people. They watched it like it would be a boxing match. That's something. Yeah, people like games like that and punch the air when their side wins and then forget about a minute later. Gotcha. Don't pay much attention to individual causes. It's broader story?
Broader story.
Broader story.
Like
I'm interested in. Unless I actually know the person, of course. The broader narrative, not story. You appear to have run out like a coward. Can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah, because I'm not responding because I'm freaking recording.
Right.
So I said sorry, recording
a podcast.
You're obviously of no match for a great intellect. Like, no! I was on this guy's side. I was like, no. Oh, he threw a red card. No.
Oh man, he's definitely saying that you're intellectually inferior to him.
Oh man, let's see if it gets worse. Yeah, you will get about 2 views. One of them you, and one of them your mom. Okay, he's winning me back. And then you promote this as a sweet podcast. Yeah, you said that. Come on, dude. At least attempt to make this interesting. Oh.
How about we send him a picture of Don's titties squished together?
I said recording, LOL.
Yeah, you said that too. Jeez, dude, this is the shittiest convo I've had with someone, and you think it's worth recording? Come prepared next time. Recording? I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Recording? What a fucking show. That will have people following you like mad. Did you see how he's so witty? He said he was recording 3 times? What a dialogue. No Christmas?
Chemistry.
What a chemistry. What a story. Bye. Boring twat. I'm sorry. English is this man's second language.
And then you disconnected.
He's a bit of a toss-up. He threw that I'm smarter than you card, but
right, but he definitely wasn't.
Well, at least he's somewhat entertaining. I'll give him that.
Right.
So,
how about we end this podcast? We're definitely having a conversation after this.
Sure. Okay, so you can tell Efren whatever you want to do off mic. So, teremakechu, arigatou gozaimasu, haben einen guten Tag, tu madre es pollo.
Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. Please check out our other podcasts on the channel, such as The Knot, where we have bite-sized topics and conversations that anyone can enjoy. There's more to come, so subscribe and ring the bell. We don't want you missing out on any future content. Now, if you can excuse us, your mum is changing upstairs. We'll see you next time here on the Sweet Podcast, and only on YouTube.